Dining in Disney World is not just a meal or a snack, it's always an experience. Last week, I shared about Disney dining basics and all about the Disney dining plan. And today, in part 2 of my Disney dining series, I am going to give you my recommendations for the best restaurants, snacks, and drinks in the Disney park. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe because I am going to help you have the best Disney trip possible. Hey guys, I'm Jessica, and this is my second channel where I share about all of the Disney knowledge that I have acquired over the years so that I can hopefully help you have the best trip possible. Now that I've kind of talked about the dining plan and whether I think it's worth it or not, now I'm going to shift gears a little bit and just give you a few of my favorite recommendations for different restaurants. I kind of made a list here of my favorite quick service restaurants, table service restaurants, character dining, and snacks at each of the parks in Disney Springs, and then a couple of my favorite resort restaurants too. So I feel like I have just barely scraped the surface of what Disney dining has to offer when it comes to where we've eaten on our trips. So I can only speak to places I've tried, or in some cases I'll suggest some things that I've heard highly recommended from other people, but most of these are places that I have personally tried and would recommend. So starting at Magic Kingdom, we're going to talk about quick service first. So I love Casey's Corner. This is right at the corner of Main Street. It's close to the castle. If you want those Main Street vibes, it's a great place to eat. They just have like hot dogs, corn dog nuggets, chicken nuggets, I think. I'm not even positive. Just foods like that, kind of snacky foods. Their fries are yummy. We like to eat their corn dog nuggets a lot. So if you just want those Main Street vibes, you can sit outside and see the castle and see all the hustle and bustle of Main Street. And oftentimes there is a piano player that's playing like ragtime piano songs there. It's just a whole vibe. So we like that one a lot. I like to, if you're going to stake out a spot for fireworks and you need a little snack, it's kind of nice because it's right there. You can grab your dinner and just sit down and eat while you wait for the fireworks to start. So, or while you wait till it gets super busy, and then it's almost too crowded to eat. But anyway, another one that we like a lot, and I hear this one get a lot of hate because apparently it used to be better. Because they used to have like a full toppings bar and stuff. But anyway, I still really like it. And that is Pecos Bills. They have a lot of like Tex-Mex, like fast food type things. They have like a fajita platter. I think I've had that before. It was pretty good. I usually get like the chicken and rice bowl, which is really good. It's just, it might not be as good as it was, but I think it's good if you don't want your typical burgers, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, french fries. If you want to break from that type of food, I think this is a good place to go in Magic Kingdom. One more that we have not personally gone to, but I've heard other people highly recommend, is Columbia Harbor House. It's another quick service, like fast food, but I think they have like some seafood options. There is a second floor you can go up to, which I've heard is less crowded, and you can kind of look out over Main Street, or not Main Street, sorry. You can look out over the streets of Liberty Square and just enjoy that ambiance up there too. Like I said, it's an experience. Even the quick service a lot of times is an experience. There are a lot of other quick service places to eat at Magic Kingdom, but those are just a few that I wanted to highlight. Table service. My favorite table service restaurant at Magic Kingdom is Liberty Tree Tavern. Is that right? Yeah, Liberty Tree Tavern. I don't know, that sounded weird to me. It's kind of themed like in colonial times. It's in Liberty Square, so it totally fits with the theming there. But it's a good place if you're going to be there in the cooler months, especially. I mean, we've eaten there in the summer and it's been great too. But it's basically almost like a Thanksgiving dinner. You get tons and tons of food. So if you're super hungry, that is a great one. That's one that I'm not sure how fast it books up, but we usually book it like as soon as you can, 60 days in advance. That's a good one. Magic Kingdom's honestly not the best for dining in my opinion, but that's a pretty good option. I've also heard Skipper Canteen. I've heard a lot of people say great things about Skipper Canteen. I think there are some more adventurous options. It's kind of themed toward Jungle Cruise. And the Skippers, obviously, that's where it gets its name. But we have not eaten there yet, but I really want to. We probably haven't just because our kids are so picky, but I would love to eat there, and I've heard great things about that too. So that might be another one to look into. And then character dining. I kind of am splitting character dining and table service, even though technically character dining is table service. But Crystal Palace is great if you want to meet the Winnie the Pooh characters. Their food is pretty good. We've only ever been there for lunch, but you can also get breakfast there. And then if you want to spend more or use those 2 dining credits, because it is a signature restaurant, Cinderella's Royal Table is quite an experience too. The food is okay, it's fine. It's not like anything spectacular. But you're really paying for the opportunity to eat in the castle. So if you're not familiar, it is a restaurant that's inside of Cinderella's castle. You go in and you meet Cinderella, and then you go upstairs to the restaurant, and it's really magical if you haven't done it before. And you can meet all the princesses while you eat. Well, not all of them, but you know, a select 4 or 5 princesses. We've only done it once. I don't know if we'll do it again. It probably depends on how into princesses our second daughter is. We'll see. But for our oldest daughter, who was very into the princesses at the time, I would say it was worth it. More for the experience than the food, but you know. And then just some snacks at Magic Kingdom that I think are worth it, because a lot of times we do quick service meals and like snacks throughout the day, or one big table service meal and snacks. The snacks really can be almost like a meal if you eat the right snacks. So the first one is one that you'll probably hear on any list that talks about Magic Kingdom's best snacks, and those are the cheeseburger spring rolls. They are delicious. The crispy outside is just so yummy, and then honestly, especially if you dip it in the dipping sauce, I think it tastes exactly like a Big Mac. I don't know, in my honest opinion, but they're super good, and they usually have like another offering. When we were there this past summer, there was a ham and cheese one, which was pretty good. We like the cheeseburger one better, but it was great too. So it's fun to try the different kinds, and those are delicious. It's just enough food to fill you up, but not to the point that you're going to be like super full. So it's a good snack. And there's just a cart right at like near the Adventureland bridge. And that's where those are located. Another one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about is the Cheshire Cat tail. And you can find that at the Cheshire Cafe, which is like, it's near the teacup ride. So basically it's a chocolate croissant. It's just like this big long chocolate croissant, and they drizzle pink and purple icing on top, and it's just a good sweet breakfast if that's what you're in the mood for. My oldest daughter loves them. We usually get one and split it, or another good snack if you want breakfast, a sweet breakfast at Magic Kingdom, or really anytime throughout the day, are the warm cinnamon rolls at Gaston's Tavern. They're huge. And they're really sweet. We usually like get one and split it through the whole family, 1 or 2 and split it with the whole family. And that's another delicious option. They're kind of known for those there. And that's right in Fantasyland. Of course, the iconic Dole Whip at Aloha Isle, or the Dole Whip float. Those are delicious. I love, on a hot day, there's nothing better to me than a Dole Whip. So can't not mention those, even though again you'll hear that on every list. It's an iconic Disney treat. And then the last one is on, I think I mentioned it earlier now that I think about it, is the Nutella waffle fruit sandwich. I'm not sure of the exact name, but it's at Sleepy Hollow. I hear people call it the Nutella fruit waffle. And again, it's just like the waffle spread with the Nutella and then with a bunch of fresh fruit inside and then folded up like a sandwich. And it looks so good. I've not tried it yet, but I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about them. You just hear people rave about them. So I guess there's a lot of good like sweet breakfast type snacks at Magic Kingdom. The cheeseburger spring roll is the only one on my list that is not sweet, but anyway, there are tons of other snacks that I have not tried yet, but those are ones that I would recommend. Okay, next I'm gonna talk about Epcot. So our family has some table service restaurants in Epcot that we really like. We usually will do like one big meal and then kind of snack throughout the day. If you know anything about Epcot, it's kind of, at least in my opinion, it's the park with the best food, with the biggest, like widest variety of foods, especially since you have World Showcase there. You could spend a whole day just snacking around the world, which my husband and I basically did this past summer. So we usually don't seem to do a lot of quick service there. We just do like snacks and table service. So I kind of did some internet research, and these were the things that people said were the best quick service restaurants at Epcot. Connections Eatery, which is new. I have not been there yet, but I know they have just a lot of different options and I've heard good things. Sunshine Seasons, which it's kind of just like a big food court, and it's inside the Land Pavilion, but they just have a lot of different options. So everybody in your family can get something that they like, and there's some unique things there too. So that's always a good one if you want something quick. The French Patisserie, and I'm not even going to try to say the name because I've heard it pronounced so many different ways and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but there's a lot of like different sandwiches and pastries and things like that that you can try there. That it's a very popular place too. We should probably, I feel like we need to spend more time there in our future trips because we haven't really gotten much there before. And then I've also heard really good things about the Regal Eagle, which is the quick service restaurant in the America Pavilion. I think they have like barbecue and things like that. We have not eaten there yet, but it's popular. A lot of people talk about how good it is. I believe it's new. I remember back in the past, you'd always hear the dining in America was like the worst, like don't eat there, but apparently it's much better now. So, and then for table service restaurants, there are so many. A lot of the different countries in the World Showcase have their own dining. Just check. Okay, baby's still sleeping. I can see him from here. But so I'm just going to talk about our very favorite, and it is Via Napoli, and that is in the Italy Pavilion. Their pizza is so good. We get a pizza every time we go there, or a couple pizzas, and it's just delicious. You know, most people like pizza, so everybody in our family is always happy if we go there. So can't go wrong with Via Napoli. But do your research. There's so many great places to eat in Epcot. That's just one that our family tends to like, but there's tons more. So look into it and figure out what your family would love. And then with the snacks in Epcot, I feel like you could go to Epcot 20 times and still not try all the different snacks. Just a few that I've tried that I really recommend are the empanadas at La Cantina de San Angel in the Mexico Pavilion. Are super good. Like I said, my husband and I kind of ate around the world, snacked around the world this past summer when it was just the two of us at Epcot, and that was my favorite thing we ate all day. So really good. The pot stickers from Lotus Blossom Cafe in China are also a really good snack. And by the way, I'm not sure that these all are technically considered a snack credit. So just because I say snack doesn't mean they qualify as a snack credit. I just mean like snacks in general. What else? Oh, the caramel corn from Caramel Kusha, I think is how you pronounce it. It's in the Germany Pavilion. There's like a whole a place where you can buy a bunch of different caramel treats. And we got the caramel popcorn or caramel corn this past summer too, and it was really good. And then another French word that I'll try to say, I think it's croque glace, from l'Artisans de Glace in France. I took French in high school, but obviously I did not learn very much. I didn't learn good pronunciation. Plus that was 20 years ago. So anyway, it's basically like it's like they have ice cream, and so you pick your flavor of ice cream, and then you pick like a sauce, like caramel or raspberry, or I don't remember all the choices they have. they put a sauce on top, and then they put it in like a brioche bun, and they hot press it, and it was delicious. It was so good and so unique. So those are just a few, like I said, tons and tons of other options. Okay, Hollywood Studios, I feel like as far as quick service, it doesn't have as many options as some of the other parks, and a lot of them are not like the greatest places, but one place that our family think that you can never go wrong is Woody's Lunchbox in Toy Story Land. And they have like this breakfast bowl with these tater tots and like gravy, and I think there's eggs in it. I don't even remember what all's in it, but it is so delicious. So highly recommend that. I feel like we go there for breakfast and eat that, and then we don't need to eat for a really long time. It really fills you up. They also have tachos, which are again tater tots, like kind of like tater tot nachos, which when I first heard about them, I was like, ew, that's weird. But I tried them and I love them. I want to get them every time we go now. Those are really good. So delicious options there. I believe you can get like grilled cheese and a cup, maybe like a different type of sandwich. Just the menu's not big, but everything we've ever tried there has been pretty good. And I have not personally tried a Ronto wrap from Ronto Roasters and Galaxy's Edge, but everybody says they're delicious. They look delicious. So I want to try that next time, but I hear that those are really good. I've been to ABC Commissary, but it was a long time ago and it was nothing to write home about. But I've heard that in recent years, they have changed up their menu and that things are much better there now. So that might be another one to try. And then I feel like at Hollywood Studios, a lot of the places again are you go there for the experience. And 50s Primetime Cafe is one that has great food and it's a great experience too. So basically it's supposed to look like a house from the 50s, and everything is super like spot on, I feel like. And your servers are like your cousins. So some of them are really strict and they'll scold you for like putting your arms on the table. Or when we went, we had this cousin that was just like totally over it and just like so annoyed with all of the other servers and just kind of like bad talking them and stuff. And it's just funny. Our family is not super outgoing about that stuff, but we still had fun with it. So, and then they have just like comfort food. I think they have like meatloaf and just, the foods you would think of if you're gonna go to your grandma's house and have like a comfort food meal. That's the type of food they have there, and everything we had was delicious. This next one is another one that's more for the experience than for the food. Although we went there and I still thought the food was good. I had no complaints about my food, but I have heard people say that it's not the greatest. And that is Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. So if you're not familiar, you are seated in these, they look like convertibles. Your table is here and you're like inside of a convertible, and it's all dark and it looks like you're at a drive-in movie, and there's a big screen in front of you showing like these old sci-fi clips from, I'm guessing, movies and TV shows and stuff. And it's just, the atmosphere is so much fun. It is, I will say, it's a little dark. The seating's a little awkward sometimes if you're inside one of the, I think there's maybe tables toward the back, but if you're inside one of those cars, it was kind of weird because at the time it was just the three of us, my oldest daughter and my husband and my daughter and I were like in the front seat, and then my husband was behind us like by himself facing the same way. So it's not a good place to like be able to sit down and talk, but it's just a fun experience. We really liked it. And then one that I have not eaten at, but that I've heard really highly recommended is Brown Derby. It's a little bit more fancy, I guess. I've heard that they're famous for the Cobb salad. I would love to eat there someday too, but that's another good option. And I think I'm gonna have to up my game on trying snacks at Hollywood Studios, because thinking about snacks there, I feel like I usually just grab like a Mickey pretzel or something, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Mickey pretzel, but it's not like one of those, unique special snacks. So I only have a few on this list, and they're not all ones that I've even tried, but the first one I have tried, and that is the Pop-Tart I don't think that's what it's called, but it's basically a Pop-Tart, because I think that's a brand name, but a homemade Pop-Tart from Woody's Lunchbox. It's just unique and it's sweet, and I have a sweet tooth, so I really enjoyed it. They usually have like cute little seasonal ones too. I am a huge sweets person. My favorite type of sweet foods are cookies. So I would need to try this one on my next trip. I need to put this on my list, but they're called Jack Jack's Cookie Num Nums, which is kind of a funny name. It's from The Incredibles. Let me see, where is that one? I'm not sure. I did not write down where it's located, but you can search it on your app or on the website. People just rave about those. So I definitely need to put that on my bucket list for the next trip. This next one I have also not tried, but it's famous, so that would be the peanut butter and jelly milkshake. You can get it at 50's Primetime Cafe, but you can also get it from the Tuned In Lounge, is that what it's called? Yeah, Tuned In Lounge, which is outside of 50's Primetime, or like right beside it. I can't remember exactly. And then there's this like famous popcorn in Galaxy's Edge. I cannot think of the name of it, but it's like different colors and different flavors. I haven't tried that either, but you hear people just rave about it. I guess it's really unique. And here is where I have to admit that Animal Kingdom is not my family's favorite park. We love it, but it's probably our least visited park anyway. Nothing against Animal Kingdom, but for that reason, I feel like I don't have quite as much to say about Animal Kingdom. We still go there like at least one day every trip, but we don't necessarily spend as long there. But we do, one quick service place that we really like is Flame Tree Barbecue. Every time they have like it's like mac and cheese covered with barbecued chicken, I think, and onion rings. It is so good. They obviously have like barbecue type foods. The only bad thing about that is they do not have indoor seating, so I feel like it's always hot when we're eating outside, but it is like a covered shaded area that you can eat in. And the next one is, I feel like I'm a bad Disney fan for not trying this quick service restaurant because it's one of the most popular in Disney World, but I have not eaten there yet. I don't know why, we haven't yet. Like I said, we don't spend as much time in Animal Kingdom. But that is Satuli Canteen, which is the quick service place in Pandora. And we are going there this trip. Like, I'm putting my foot down. No, I don't need to put my foot down. My husband really wants to go there too. But I think we're going to make that a priority this trip. We really want to try it there. They just have some really unique things that everybody says are delicious. So hopefully I can make that happen. But that one is always highly recommended. Table service, other than character dining, we have not eaten at a table service restaurant at Animal Kingdom. So I would say the one that I hear the most positive reviews about is probably Tiffin's, and that is another signature dining place, but everybody seems to love it. So then character dining, we have eaten here. The only character dining location in Animal Kingdom right now is Tusker House, and this we enjoyed it a lot. There were some a little more adventurous things that my daughter didn't love, but they also had, just like your typical food that you would normally see at like a buffet. So yeah, I feel like your kids will still be able to find something even if they're super picky like mine. But yeah, that was really good, and you can meet like just the regular Fab Five characters. I don't think Minnie is usually there. I think when we were there, it was like Mickey, Donald, Daisy, and Goofy, maybe. So those type of characters. But yeah, nothing to complain about. We liked it. All right, and with all those recommendations in mind, there's even more dining. There's even dining at all of the resorts. So, I mean, really, you could have like a second job just researching the food, and some people do, like I said. But anyway, I have not eaten at a lot of the resort restaurants, but some of the ones that I would recommend that we have eaten at are my husband and I stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge this past summer. I'm sharing those vlogs right now, kind of in the middle of it, but we ate at both Boma, which is a buffet, and Sanaa. Hey! Well, my camera died, and my My baby woke up. Oh no, come here. He's still half asleep. His swaddle got all messed up. Anyway, I need to finish this video because my daughter will be getting home from... Whoa. I need to finish this video quickly because I have stuff going on. So he's just gonna be joining me for the last few minutes. The camera looks crooked from here too, so I'm sorry. Mom life, but you okay, bud? So anyway, my battery died when I was saying that Boma and Sanaa are both restaurants I highly recommend. Even if they're a little out of the way for you, I think they're worth it. And then also California Grill is another one we've done. The food was great, but it was more for the experience. I'm afraid he's gonna start crying any second. So if you're not familiar, it's at the Contemporary. It's like right at the top of the building. And if you're there at dinner time, you can go out on like the rooftop and you can see the Magic Kingdom fireworks. And it is one of the most magical things that I have done at Disney World. So if fireworks are a big deal to you, if you want to see that view, I think it was worth the price, which was very expensive. It's also a signature dining restaurant. So 2 of those dining plan credits. And I would love, my next resort restaurant that I love to try is Ohana. That's another character meal. It's at the Polynesian. I just think the food looks delicious. So hopefully that will be on my list sometime, maybe this August trip. I don't know. Since we have the quick service plan, we're not doing a whole lot of table service, but we do want to plan 1 or 2. So I think that is everything. Sorry, the end of this video got a little crazy. At least you're being good, huh? You being good? Hopefully some of these dining recommendations will be helpful for you on your trip too. So I hope you have the best trip possible. Follow along and subscribe if you want more videos with tips and tricks and more Disney vlogs. I'm sharing our trip that we took this past summer right now, and I'm sure I'll be sharing all future trips too. So follow along. I would love for you to be a part of my community. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video has gotten super long. It's taken me like all afternoon to make. So if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching.